In a historic shift for Sri Lanka, Anura Kumara Dissanayake, leader of the Janatha Vimukthi Peramuna (JVP) party, has ascended to the presidency, marking a major change in the country's political landscape. Dissanayake, a known Marxist, joined the party in the late 1980s. As per reports, Dissanayake's journey to the presidency reflects the dissatisfaction felt by the 22 million citizens of Sri Lanka recently. Reports say the widespread anger over the economic situation in the country set the stage for Dissanayake. As citizens face skyrocketing prices for essentials due to the economic collapse, the electorate reportedly turned towards Dissanayake, once considered a political outsider. With just 3% votes in the 2019 presidential elections, now the leader promising to address the grievances. Despite his party's radical roots, reportedly Dissanayake has distanced himself from the violent past. He reportedly recognizes the necessity of international cooperation and support, stating during his inauguration that, quote, "we should not be an isolated country," quote unquote, highlighting also a commitment to engaging constructively with global economic institutions, including the IMF. Dissanayake reportedly wants to renegotiate the existing IMF loan conditions to relieve the burdens placed on the poorest citizens, which you see could be crucial as the previous measures hit everyday Sri Lankans pretty hard, resulting in higher taxes and utility costs. During his inauguration, Dissanayake emphasized the need for good governance and transparency, pledging to root out corruption that he claims has plagued Sri Lankan politics. His foreign policy will likely face greater scrutiny as he seeks to navigate the complex geopolitical tensions in the region. With major players like India and China vying for influence in Sri Lanka, his administration's approach will be pivotal. Historically, the JVP has been leaning towards nationalist policies, and while Dissanayake's recent engagements with Indian and Chinese officials indicate a desire for balanced ties, the true test, as per experts, will be whether he can actually maintain this equilibrium without compromising national interests. In February, India, remember, hosted Dissanayake. This included meetings with the Indian External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and the National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval. India's economic help of $4 billion in the wake of the economic crisis reportedly was timely for Colombo and provided crucial support to Sri Lanka. In contrast, China, as per reports, is yet to accept Sri Lanka's request for a $2.5 billion credit line for a restructuring of its overall debt. That's not all. His decision on whether to uphold the previous government's decision on foreign research vessels docking in Sri Lankan waters will signal his administration's stance on foreign engagement. And the lifting of the ban, which was implemented in response to concerns from India and the US about Chinese presence, could either bolster relations with China or worsen tensions with India, demonstrating the tightrope that Dissanayake has to walk. As Dissanayake takes the helm of a country in crisis, he reportedly confronts a daunting legacy. His immediate challenges include revitalizing an economy still recovering from hyperinflation and ensuring that the recovery benefits all citizens. The previous administration saw a decrease in inflation and stabilization of borrowing costs, yet the burden on the average Sri Lankan citizen remains substantial. In his inaugural speech, Dissanayake acknowledged the challenging country that he inherits. If he can redefine the country's relationship with its past, its economy, and the world at large remains to be seen. One thing is clear, his leadership will be closely watched. The expectations of the Sri Lankans are high, and the path forward is likely to be fraught with major challenges. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.